you are required to connect to internet, okay, if you are required to connect it to internet, then only connect it. Then only connected to internet or a VMnet one. Okay, otherwise not required. Next, yesterday I created a virtual machine with a 2 GB RAM, one single processor, 60 GB hard disk, and there is a CD-ROM, and I already inserted a CD-ROM. You can see from it, and VMnet 1. And guys, if you see, I already closed WinC1. Why I closed WinC1? Okay, all other virtual machines, because of my machine physical RAM availability is less. So I need more space for a faster completion of installation. For running, you can use 2 GB RAM or a 1 GB RAM. But for installation, we need a more speed is required, right? Otherwise, you have to wait for a long time. Yesterday, I think Vijay or someone has called me, Naresh or Vijay, I didn't remember. I got a lot of calls yesterday. So they put a 1 GB. It took almost, he waited for a half an hour for a simple step. It's not his problem, it's a machine problem. It is. Okay, it took a lot of time to complete the task. Okay. Right. So here it is. See, available RAM is 5 GB, more than 5 GB available RAM. So that's why I increase my RAM to 2 GB to 4 GB. So then I can install a little bit earlier, little faster. At least 5-10 minutes, it will be less time. So now I'm yesterday I showed how to create a virtual machine. So compulsory go through that one if you are missing it. Okay. So now I'm just installation. For installation purpose only, I increasing my RAM. For installation purpose only, I'm increasing my RAM, 4 GB RAM. Okay. So processor is 1 and this check mark, 60 GB hard disk. Okay. And this is ISO image file already inserted. Vmnet 1 because host only connection. I don't want any internet connection to my server. And the next one is UEFI, if you have that one. Okay, VMware tool sync, this check mark, compulsory, verify these things. Okay, others are not much required. Next, in a VMX file, 3 lines are added. Before I start the machine, already added a VMX file, .vmx file, 3 lines are added. Already I showed how to add it. Okay, so compulsory add it. Compulsory add it. If you forget to add it and you start your virtual machine, don't add again. Okay, you cannot add it again. Just continue whatever the things. Okay, I will tell you advantage of why we are adding that one later. Okay, I start my virtual machine. So press any key to boot from CD DVD and you got it timed out. If you in case you got a screen like this, press Alt Control Insert. Alt Control Insert. Okay, again it will come up. Just press Enter. Okay, press Enter when it is coming. So then it shows load files and the logo. It means booting is started. Booting is started. Let it come. So guys, listen very carefully. See, when I use the available RAM is started reducing. Yeah, 2019 server we are installing, guys. So there is not much difference between 16 and 19. Okay, so theory is there. So that's we'll discuss tomorrow. Few theory means 1916 or futures of 19 like that. Okay, so select install now. First of all, language English India, and then install now. Okay, time zone and language English India. Guys, always select time zone. Depends upon the location of your machine. Location of your machine. Okay. Yeah. I think so. Some of you may not get a problem, but look at here. Yesterday I told select the last one. So here is the 2 editions are there, guys. Standard evolution and standard evolution. But in this one bracket is desktop experience. Data center evolution, data center evolution, desktop experience. And architecture is always 64-bit. X64 means 64-bit. And I told select the last one. Select the last one. And you can see the description. This option install the full Windows graphical environment consuming extra disk drive space. It can be useful if you want to use the Windows desktop or have an app that required it. Okay. And if you go to the standard desktop experience, no change in the description. But if you go to this one, there is a thing. This option omits most of the Windows graphical environment managed with the command prompt and PowerShell or remotely with a Windows Admin Center or other tools. Okay. So what is this? I will tell. So while installing, okay, select the last one, guys. Select the last one. Second or last, no problem, no difference. Select the last one. Okay, guys. Fourth one. Okay or not?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Go to next. Accept the license. Okay, you select a OS and accept the license terms. Next. Customer upgrade. It is a fresh installation. Fresh means custom.
Custom.
Okay, very good. New, apply. Okay. New, apply. Okay. And I selected a UEFI. It means hard disk is GPT type of hard disk. GPT type of disk. See, it is splitted like this. It splits like this. GPT type of hard disk. Next. Now it is installing. So while it is installing, okay, I want to open Shift F10. Then I will do little settings. So guys, this is not a mandatory. Shift F10 kind of stuff is not mandatory. I'm open Task Manager here. This is not a mandatory. This is just a hobby. Okay. So select Windows setup. Okay, it do nothing, no difference, but we have a hobby of not forgetting things like a set priority real time. Just we do normally like this. Okay, view, update speed high. Then close this one, exit if you want it. Otherwise, you want to do some other things, also you can try. Like disk bar kind of stuff also you can try. But I'm not doing anything, just exit, leave this one. Let it install. It will reboot automatically. Okay, once it is installation is completed. So in Windows servers, okay, and that too you guys are asked, that is good thing is like, so tell me about something about Windows servers. Okay. Zero 01, 02. So Windows 10 and the server is started here. Guys, never say server 2019. Always say Windows Server 2019. At Windows 2019 is also okay, but never say Windows Server 2019, Server 2016 kind of, because there are a lot of different type of servers are there. So be careful with that one. Okay, guys, Windows servers, and that too first I want to tell any edition 2019, 16 or a 12. You take a 2019 or a 2016 or a 2012 or 2. Okay, 2012. Okay, so in these editions, of course, 2008. Okay, 2008. Yeah, 2008 is also there, but better stick up to 2012 only. 8 again I have to revise. Okay. So 3 main editions are there, guys, from 2008 onwards. It's actually 2008 is also one important edition is there. Okay, here it is. First of all, Windows Server Core Edition. Core means it is no GUI, no graphical user interface. No graphical user interface. Graphically, you can't able to do anything. Okay, on the server, you can't do anything with a graphical user interface. Okay, so we can administrate means access it. Okay, so only no GUI, only CLI or PowerShell means CLI means commands. CLI only CLI. What type of CLI? Normal Windows commands or a PowerShell kind of stuff. You can able to do it, or we can use remote management tools, RSAT tools, RSAT. Okay, remote RSAT tools, Windows Admin Center kind of stuff. We can able to use it for access. Okay, remote servers, remote server server managers. RSAT means remote server manager only. Okay. Nowadays we are using Windows Admin Center. So this is a direct versions, guys. I'm telling you about directly we can install in the Windows Server versions. Okay, so Windows Server Desktop Experience. Name may be a little bit different. Desktop Experience kind of stuff. Okay, so it means it's a GUI, CLI, everything. So it is a GUI. So graphical user interface is there, but it will occupy more space. The difference is between a core and GUI. Okay, core works with core consumes less hardware resources. That is also called as less hardware footprint. What? One second. Hello. Tell me. Sorry, I got a call. Yeah, it is already installed. It is rebooting. It is in rebooting mode. Okay, so don't worry, it is already done installation and rebooting. Okay, so that's why, guys, I told desktop experience selected. Next one, editions. Okay, so editions are like this. What to do? One second, guys. Just okay. Where am I? Yeah, guys, it is still booting. It will take time sometimes. Okay, so guys, editions are when you are download, you can see that editions also standard data center. Both by name it is data center and standard, but by actually both are same, guys. Okay. Okay, next one is essentials. So essential. So one second, I will show you that one. So Windows, why everything is slow today? Essentials. So when you go to download and evaluation center, so you can find 2019 or 2016 and 2019 or 16 with this product. So that's essentials. Essentials. If you go to the essentials, so important thing is go to description. So do not download, guys. Don't download essentials. We don't require essentials. Go to description. Copy the description. See how it is easy. This is specifically essential part. Okay. So specifically essential part I'm writing here. It is a less cost, affordable. Problem with is only 25 users, 50 devices we can able to use it. Ideal for fast servers, like in your organization, you want a server for a DHCP, DNS, or a local some deployment kind of stuff. For that one is useful. Okay, for that one useful. But problem with is no domain controller. Important things we do is a domain controller kind of stuff. That no domain controller, no domain ID. Okay, it's a no domain ID, only member servers, less features and roles, less features and roles. Okay, so that is essential, guys. Okay, but we downloaded standard and a data center. Standard and a data center. Okay, standard and data center is both are same in a hardware requirement. Both are same in the hardware requirement. Okay. Next, both support same features and roles. Both same are all features and roles of a server. Both support same features, right? Hardware minimum and maximum support. Both are same. Both minimum requirement and maximum support both are same. So you know how much hardware requirement are both are same is very simple. It is 64 CPU sockets. It means physical CPUs you can use 64 or a 640 core processor core CPU cores or a CPU 640 cores and almost like 4 terabytes of RAM support is there. Disk is unlimited practically. All roles and services, features and roles means all type of roles and services means the server services support is there. Then what is the difference? What is the difference between standard and data center is standard edition. Okay, number of VMs can run at a time is only 2. Otherwise you can rewrite. Okay, only 2 VMs can run at a time. This is easy, right? Only 2 virtual machines can run at a time. In a data center, okay, can create unlimited number of VMs. Can create unlimited number of VMs and per core license. Guys, license problem, Microsoft license is always problem. Okay, always a problem. Per core license means you have a 10 cores, 10 license you have to take for 10 each core. Per core license you will get unlimited virtual machines. You can get it and can run 1024 VMs. Okay, so this is the major difference between standards and data center. In the Hyper-V, VMs means Hyper-V VMs. VMs means here it is Hyper-V VMs. You can run a virtual machine in the we can run a virtual machines in the Hyper-V is only 2 VMs you can run at a time. Means you can create a 4-5, but you can run at a time only 2 per license, per core license. Per core license. Okay. Okay, so guys, these are editions. So what are the editions? Standard edition, data center edition, essential edition. So we have to go in editions. Standard, tell me. Data center, essential. Okay, essential edition. Okay, one more edition is there, that is called a Hyper-V separate Hyper-V. It is means it's a core Hyper-V. It is a core Hyper, means only Hyper-V, not other roles. Not support any feature or a role. Not support it's just only Hyper-V. Okay, only Hyper-V only it is there. No other features, no roles, no kind of stuff. It won't support anything. Okay, so that is a Hyper-V, another one. So if you look at here, when you are downloading, see, you can see download Hyper-V 2019. So if you go to that one, okay, so no need to download, guys. Okay, not always required download. Read a description. Read the description, then you will understand what is the use of this Hyper-V. Okay, I'm also putting a Hyper-V here. So important one is for a download and uses. Okay, Hyper-V features comes with operating system and also alone also. So this is a completely Hyper-V server. Okay, core and data center. Those are another two kind of stuff is there, guys. So core and data center. Server core. Server core means it consumes less hardware, but only thing is okay, only thing is no graphical user interface. Desktop experience is a GUI mod, but in a GUI, okay, in a desktop experience, it consumes more hardware resources. Resources means your CPU, RAM, and disk space will consume more. So this is the difference. And of course, one more addition is introduced in Windows 2016, and also it is there in 2019. Windows Server 2016 and 19. One more is server is there, that is called a Nano Server. Nano Server. It runs only in Hyper-V VM. As a virtual machine only. Okay, as virtual machine only it runs. You can't install physically. You can't install like a CD installation. You can't install as a core or a desktop server. We can't install. Okay. So less hardware resource consumption requirements. Okay. Less support of features and roles, and then no GUI, of course. You say less CLI also. Okay, it means user interface completely nothing, very less user interface. Okay, less, not at all no GUI. So user interface is CLI, but it is also less user interface features and less. So it is very less consumption of hardware. Okay. Okay. Create and access create VMs with PowerShell commands only. Okay, we can create a Nano servers. We can create a Nano Server VM. We can create a Nano Server VM with a PowerShell commands only. We cannot create directly also. We cannot create it directly also. Just you have to create with the commands only. Okay. Only remote access tool. Administrate Nano Server with the remote PowerShell. Okay. Remote PowerShell server managers. Remote only. Remote PowerShell managers. Windows admin centers. Okay. So this is about your Nano Server. Nano Server literally you can't see anything, you can't do anything. So it is introduced in a here. So only for a specific services purpose only. Okay, only we use only for some services purposes only. Okay, some services purpose only. Okay, like a storage services, backup servers. Okay, like that only we use. We don't use it for all the services. Won't work. But you should go to document and then you can able to go for it. Okay. So guys, from 2008 onwards, 2008 64 onwards, there is a different type of servers are there. One is core, another one is a desktop experience type. Names may be little bit different. Core is more common thing. Okay. Lot of changes are occur, but still core means no graphical interface, only command prompt and PowerShell kind of stuff. And remotely you can able to administrate your core servers. Core is suitable for the branch offices only for certain services purpose only. Less hardware consumption is main important. Okay, like your Linux kind of stuff. Okay, more secure. Desktop experience like a graphical user interface is there. More services are there. All type of features and supports are there. All features and roles support. Okay, less features and less features. Like a certain features certain features like web servers like that it will not supported. Web server kind of stuff it's also Active Directory kind of stuff it support. DHCP not support. DNS it will support. Like when you need a graphical kind of stuff it don't support. Okay, compulsory graphical user interface is required, there it will not support. Okay, less support of features and things, all supporting features and things here there. Nano servers are very moderated servers, only runs in Hyper-V virtual machine wise, not in our VMware virtual machines also. Very less hardware requirements, very less it will consumes, and less support of features and roles also there, of course. Very specific server purpose only we are using, not at all a graphical user interface. CLI support is also very less. Okay, less user interface in the CLI mode, that is also very less. So we can create a Nano servers with the PowerShell commands only. Using a PowerShell commands, we can do it. We can administrate a Nano servers with the remote PowerShells, remote servers, remote server managers, administrative, admin, Windows Admin Center application like that. So like you can connect it and you can use it kind of stuff like that. Okay, so on the other hand we have a different editions are there. Editions are standard, DataCenter, essentials support 25 users, 50 devices, and it is for a very small organization purpose, and mainly no domain controller, no active directory. Domain controller means no active directory. Okay, no domain adding, very less features and roles are there for essentials. And standard and data center support all features. Okay, all features, all roles, that kind of stuff. But in a data center, so it will support unlimited number of virtual machines. We can able to create it and we can run 1024 virtual machines at a time. Okay, but both supports both requirement, minimum and maximum requirement of hardware is same. Okay, and finally Hyper-V server. Finally, Hyper-V server. Sir, normally standard and data centers comes with a standard and data centers comes with a Hyper-V feature inside. Hyper-V role. Okay, Hyper-V role in a standard data center along with the operating system. But here it's a core Hyper-V. It means it won't support any roles. It don't support any features. It don't support any roles kind of stuff. This is also one Windows Server edition separately. So it won't support any other operating system products. You can't install any application. Only thing is used for creating a virtual machines purpose only, not for anything. So this is about your Windows servers. Yeah, not completed, guys. Don't worry. My server is came. So first of all, administrator. It asks for a password. Simple give password admin@123. Guys, whenever you're giving a password, compulsory verify. Yeah, not matching. See why it is not matching? Because when we type, we do mistake sometimes. So compulsory verify like this. See, it is admin@123. Clearly make sure that one. That's important thing is in Windows servers, if you do mistake or you given a password and you forget the password, you cannot reset the password. Okay, you cannot reset. You have to think and password. Okay, some people wantedly give their own personal numbers, their dog names or their girlfriend names and all, and you forget your girlfriend, so you change your girlfriend and you new girlfriend name. That's like complexities there, right? So definitely make sure that password is always same, like admin@123, Vedic@123, Savantis@123, okay, CTS@12345. Like only one password you are using, because we are in a lab, guys. Security is a secondary. Even for a Windows 10, when I'm using for a sharing your folders, I use a unsecured manner. I can share to everyone, both security and sharing permissions I given to everyone. Why? Because of security is a secondary, output is primary for us, because we are practicing in the lab environment. Okay, so secondary security is a secondary part. Okay, so when you are working in a production environment, security is a primary concept. Security is a primary in the production environment. Security is a secondary in the lab environment. So that's the main thing. Okay, I given a very highly secured password, very complex password, and I forget it. So what is the problem? Like that. Okay, no, you don't know what is the password I should give, or this is called a password, right? And I want to give password as a password, like capital P @ $, capital so normal W 0 RD. So this is highly secured password with a very simple password. Same thing only, just I given a different way. Okay. You want to give a password, really secure one, and you don't want to forget. So compulsory like that. But make sure that you're given a correct password. Yeah, it is showing Alt Control Delete to unlock. Don't press Alt Control Delete, guys, because it's a VMware virtual machine. It is VMware virtual machine. So remember that one. Alt Control Insert. Click on the screen. Alt Control Insert. So then you will get a administrator login. Give password admin@123. VMware virtual machines. VMware virtual machine. Alt Control Delete is Alt Control Insert. 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 Okay. So while we are installing our Windows Server, guys, I completed a basic introduction, but it will take a little bit time. Meanwhile, I want to tell Windows Server services. Guys, Windows Server or any server Server means it provide a service. Server means provide a service. Client means access service. And here it is. One important thing is, remember guys, client always request for a service or something. Service means like a request, accessing a sharing folder, accessing a printer request, printer access request, or maybe a authentication request or a storage request, anything. Client request for a service to server. Server respond. You can say respond or a give service. Give service. It's a one word. Okay. So respond or a give service. The client. Okay. Always works like this, guys. So if you have a server, it means you must have a client. Okay. So that's a remember thing. So without a client, you have a multiple servers wastage. Okay. So server means it provides a service. Client is accessing a service. Here it is. We think a master slave structure like a server is a master and a client is a slave. No, exactly. It is like a never say like that. It is very simple. Client request for a service and server will give you service. And server will give you service only when client is requested. Server gives service only when client request. Client requests. So that's a very simple thing. Remember that. Okay. Yeah, it is open anyway. Guys, first one is go to local server. You can see the machine name, IP addresses, and other details of your server. Compulsory read all these things, guys. Don't do anything, just read once. I will tell you auto setting and all. So tomorrow, so like that. Okay. Next one is click on the tools, read the tools. Just read it. Just read it. Guys, when you install any services, to install any services, you have to go to add roles and features. To remove any services, remove roles and features. To install the role, add, like I want to install a DHCP, add roles and features. I want to remove it, remove roles and features. Okay. So tools, whenever you install a role and feature, you can access the roles and features from the tools. So that is a very simplest thing. And also just see what is these things. See what is these things. Already I sent a video, right? So there you can find it. Okay. So I'm going to add roles and features. I'm going to add roles and features. I'm going to next. I'm not doing anything, just next only. Guys, these are the roles. Click on each role. After installation, what to do? Click on each role. Don't check this one. Don't check it. Okay. Don't check it. So just click here. Don't check it. Don't check it. Okay. Just click on this names only and read the description. Read the description. So then you will understand. Few services I will tell. Active Directory, domain services. Compulsory, go through that one. So what
Sir,
is that?
what is mean by Active Directory?
That's what I'm saying. ADDS, it means Active Directory is nothing but a directory. Domain services. Okay. Active Directory is provide a service is like two things. One is it stores users, computers, groups, information and authenticate the users through network. Okay. Yes. Tomorrow I will explain the theory of things. Okay. So compulsory read it. So Active Directory domain services, ADS services, DHCP. Okay. What is DHCP? Dynamic host configuration protocol. DNS, DHCP, DNS, okay, naming services. IIS is a web server. IIS is a web server. Inside you can get a file server, FTP server also including. IIS, you can also get a server. Hyper-V. Okay, guys, the question is, what are the Windows Server services? What are the Windows Server services? Title is that one only, right? Yeah, Windows Server services. Okay, so Hyper-V server. Just for you only, I am showing here. Okay, I'm showing here. Okay, just look at Hyper-V, network policy access, print server, remote access, deployment, volume activation, remote desktop services, Windows Server update services. These are the main services. Like WDS means Windows deployment service or a server or service. Deployment service. WSUS. Okay, Windows Server update service. Windows Server update service. This is update services. Okay, remote access. You know, old days name is RAS, routing and remote access server. Routing and remote access server. That is a old name. Remote access server for a VPN server purpose. So like you want a VPN, that is required. And so VPN server also required network policy server. Network policy services are servers. So it includes like a remote access plus network policy kind of stuff. Use it for a VPN. So don't, no. So better is VPN purpose or a LAN routing purpose. This is a LAN routing. LAN routing purpose also we use remote access service, remote desktop server. Remote desktop services. Okay, so these are the major services. In the hosted, those few things are there. In a Active Directory also there is a few more things like a ADRMS kind of stuff is also there. Active Directory, ADRMS, ADFS, ADCS certification services, ADCS, Active Directory Federation Service, ADRMS service, ADDS, Active Directory Domain Services. Federation services, what is something? Yeah, lightweight directory service, LDS, lightweight directory services or LDAP services. This is lightweight directory services, right management services, federation services, domain services, certification services. Okay, these are the main services. So when we can add it like print server. Print and documents, or I said a print server. Guys, these are the Windows Server services. And these are the roles, services. When I said services, roles. Roles. Even though they ask like a Windows Server roles, tell me some roles. You have to tell at least few names. You must tell at least few names you have to tell. Guys, next one is storage. File and storage. In that one, sub is also there. Compulsory storage. Compulsory sub content you should tell, like a iSCSI target server. iSCSI target server, data deduplication. Data deduplication. one more is there. FSRM, File Server Resource Manager, File Server Resource Manager, iSCSI Target, Data Duplication, File Server Resource Manager. Anything is there? Yeah, so many things are there. So that's enough for now. Okay. I will show you that one. So like here you can go to File and Storages, File and iSCSI, expand. So File Server, Branch Cache, File Server, Branch Cache, DataCenter, Data Deduplication, DFS, okay, File Server Resource Manager, okay, VSS agent, File Server VSS agent, iSCSI Target Server, okay, server for NFS, work folder. Very big one, right? So you can select a work folder. Okay. So what we DFS name, okay, DFS distributed file system, DFS distributed file system, file server, what is file server kind of stuff, data deduplication, iSCSI target server, file duplication, DFS, branch cache. Yes, branch cache is very simply to explain. Branch cache is like a, when we sharing the folders, right? When we are sharing the data, so something network is disconnected from the WAN connectivity. WAN connectivity is disconnected. My data is stored in some different geographical location. So WAN connectivity is disconnected. No problem. Our branch server is there. It stores the data in the cache mode in the server. So we can access from the branch server. So that is branch cache. Like a cache server, cache network files. Okay. Guys, ADRMS is for like accessing documents. If you are allowed to access the document, you are allowed to access the document, you can able to access. So who can control like a ADRMS? Okay. Federation services, certification, like we already seen encryption certificate, same thing, certification services. Lightweight directory services for a branches or a cross-platform kind of stuff. Web servers, IP address services from DHCP, DNS will give name and IP address kind of stuff. Virtual machines we can run with Hyper-V. We can deploy an operating system. We are installing OS. So we can we are install OS with the images, right? In virtual machines. Any machine, physical or virtual machines, you can install OS through network. You can install the operating system through network is WDS services. You can update the multiple machines at a time in your network using WSUS services. You can update the machines using WSUS services. You can configure LAN routing kind of stuff or a VPN services or a network securities using network remote access service kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah, that's it guys for what are the Windows Server services, roles, compulsory. Just go through read it. Next one is features also there. Just I will show you the features and I will close it. Don't worry. Go to features, guys. Sometimes your role is depends upon the feature. Okay, so whenever you install a role, certain features may install. After this one, directly few things. See, wireless LAN services, Wins server, Windows Internet Naming Server. Okay, server backup, server migrations. There as you can see also. Okay, but that's not a big deal. Okay, so VM shielding for a fabric management. This is a new feature. WebDev redirector is also there here. SMTP server, SNMP server, software load balancer. Okay. Yes, network load balancers, network virtualization feature is also there here. We don't know what it is also. So network load balancer is important. We don't do anything. IP address management, ISNS services, media foundation, okay, group policy management, firewall cluster, containers. You want to manage the container directly. BitLocker drive encryption, background intelligent transfer services. These are the services are useful. Okay, but practically we don't do that. Only this one is there, but not much. We don't touch these things. But better go once what it is. That's it. So okay, if you don't understand also, not at all a problem. Okay, guys, that's it about your server. So tomorrow I will explain what is Active Directory, domain, and workgroup, and how to configure these things also. Okay, so how to set the name and IP address also we'll do it. That's it for today. Yes, of course. Important we are forget, that is install VMware tools. Compulsory, guys, install the VMware tools. So when you click on that one, when you click on a VM, install VMware tools, it is the CD is mounted directly inside. You'll get a pop-up. If you don't get a pop-up, okay, like this, you got a pop-up. If you don't get it, go to this PC. See, it is DVD drive VMware tools. DVD drive VMware tools. Open it. Directly, it may open the wizard. It may open the wizard directly. If it is not opening, what to do? Go to this setup 64, double click. Setup 64 for 64-bit. If you are using machine is 32-bit, then it is 32. This is 64-bit machine. Okay, my virtual machine is 64-bit. So I'm 64, setup 64. Okay, that's it. Now wizard is started. You already know. Next, click on complete. Next, install. By accidentally you select the first one. No problem. No problem. So don't worry about it. Yeah, it is already 2 o'clock, guys. Even I have a class in afternoon. If you got any problems, please tell me. After evening. Okay. Afternoon I have a class. What to do after this installation? Completed. So click on a finish. Then it will ask for restart. You can restart it. Okay. So for me, I don't restart. Just I will shut down the virtual machine. Okay, I shut down the virtual machine and I will reduce the RAM size because I put a 4 GB RAM, but I reduce the RAM size immediately. So finish it. No, I don't want to restart the machine because tomorrow again I will touch it. So I don't want it. So I will go to shut down the virtual machine and continue. So just shut down. Okay. What to do? Edit virtual machine settings. I put a 4 GB RAM. I'm changing to 2 GB. 2 GB is enough. Okay. Because I have to run 2 virtual machines, 2 GB, 2 GB. Okay. This is completed. That's it. Guys, anybody having any doubts or anything, please tell me. Already it is 2 o'clock and I have a class at 3 o'clock. Nothing, no doubts, nothing. No one is speaking anything. Okay. First of all, I will stop the recording.